Okay, so Jack Dorsey's $10 million donation could be just the beginning for the projects trying to make Bitcoin an ecosystem. Okay, so we'll get into that later, but first let's get an update on the altcoin. And if you're enjoying this video, just give it a like. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get an update on Bitcoin. Okay, so right now Bitcoin can do two things, as always, two things. Okay, so yesterday we said it will bounce, it bounced. Okay, so right now Bitcoin is more likely going to make a triangle, you can say, as more likely going to break this resistance at 29,400. It will break that, and you can say it's more probably going to $32,000. That's here. Okay, so Bitcoin is more probably going to do that. But in case if Bitcoin acts weird, right, and you can say if it breaks this support at 28,760, then all your altcoins too are going to go. Okay, so we need to take this idea and go on the altcoins. Okay, so now let's talk about the Ethereum chart and let's take that thing. Okay, so for Ethereum chart too, your Ethereum chart also to bounce this support at 1,800. It bounced at support, and right now it's making this resistance, right? Same as Bitcoin, right? It needs to break this resistance. Okay, so right now your Ethereum chart also, if Bitcoin breaks that 29,400 resistance, right, even your Ethereum chart will go all the way up. Okay, if it breaks that resistance. But if Bitcoin doesn't break that resistance and breaks the support of 28,760 support, right, then your Ethereum chart too will go on a downward trend. And if BTC does that, breaks that support of 28,760, then your Ethereum chart will more probably break this support at 1,847. Okay, so once it makes a resistance, we can enter short entry and we can write it all the way to 1,773. Okay, so that's for your Ethereum chart. Okay, so now let's talk about your next one, which is your AVAX chart. Okay, so for AVAX chart, if Bitcoin breaks that 29,400 resistance, right, the AVAX chart is more probably going up. Okay, to 18 is going to break this resistance right here, your AVAX, as more probably going to $18.06. Okay, so but once it reaches $18.06, right, we need to put a sell limit. Okay, because we don't know exactly whether Bitcoin will go straight to 32. It will have a small, you can say, a small dump, and then this too will break its support. So once we sell AVAX at $18.06, once it makes a support, then we'll enter all our big longs on AVAX. Okay, then more probably Bitcoin is surely going to 32. Okay, after once this makes support, we can put a stop loss. If it doesn't go, then we are safe. Okay, but more probably we can sell it at $18 and then wait till AVAX makes support, and then we put a big buying long entries. Okay, so if Bitcoin doesn't if Bitcoin breaks that support at 28,760, right, the AVAX too will go down. And then if AVAX breaks this $16.38, we can put, once it breaks it, here we'll see, once it breaks it, this support at $16.38 makes a resistance, we enter our short here, and then we ride it all the way to $14.26. That's only if Bitcoin breaks the support of 28,760. Okay, so now Bitcoin is more probably going to break that resistance, right, at 29,400. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart. Okay, so for your next chart is Solana. Okay, so your Solana chart too went yesterday, it dumped, it slightly, you can say, it bounced over here if you see it properly. Okay, so for Solana chart too, if Bitcoin breaks that resistance at 29,400, then your Solana is also going up, right? So more probably we need to sell a Solana at $22. Okay, but only once it makes support, we need to enter all our buying Solana position, because BTC is more probably going to $32,000 with a stop loss we put. Okay, a small stop loss, because if Bitcoin just gives a fake, then we already put a stop loss and we re-entered, right? Okay, so now let's talk about if Bitcoin breaks that $28,000 760 support, right, then your Solana also will break its own support here. And if Solana goes on a downward trend, and if Solana breaks this $21.29, we can enter short. Once it breaks, put a entry, short entry here, and put our take profits right here to $19.88. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your dot. Okay, so your dot right now is here. Okay, so if it was a short, it would go here, that it went here and give a lower high. Okay, so more probably it's not going to do that because we've seen 𝗏𝗧 is more probably going to break, so the short entry would not be good to enter. You need to put a long entry. Okay, so once it breaks this, once dot breaks this, if Bitcoin only breaks that 29,400 resistance, it will break this. Okay, I'll put it green so everyone understand. It'll break this, makes kind of a small support, and then we'll enter a long position right here. Okay, so for your dot, okay, so dot will do that if Bitcoin is bullish and it's breaking that 29,400 resistance, right? But if it doesn't do that, then you know that it's going to give a lower high, your dot, and then we can enter a short entry right here. We can enter. Once it, now it gave this one, we'll give a small higher low, we can enter a short. Only if Bitcoin breaks that support, this will happen at 28,760 support, then we can enter a short here, and then you could take profit for dot at $5.25. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart. Okay, so for your next chart is your Cardano. Okay, so your Cardano, if Bitcoin breaks that 29,700 resistance, sorry, 29,400 resistance, right? Then your ADA chart also will break its own resistance right here and go to 0.41 cents. Okay, your one ADA. Okay, but only if Bitcoin is going to 32 and your ADA chart will break this resistance and make support, then we enter all our big longs and you put a stop loss below. Okay, only then, if once it breaks this, only then once it breaks this 0.41 cents, make support, Bitcoin 2 is going to $32,000 with a stop loss we put, and we're more probably going up, right? So only once it breaks, make support, we enter. Okay, but till then we sell it at 0.41 cents. Okay, once it breaks this, we sell it at 0.41 cents because we'll be more on a safer play. Okay, but if Bitcoin breaks the support of right now where it is, right, it breaks the support of 28,760, it breaks that support, then your Cardano is going to break its own support at 0.38 cents and then makes a resistance. We enter a short entry and we ride it all the way to 0.35 cents. Okay, so now let's talk about your Algorand. Okay, so your Algorand 2, if you see on the 60-minute chart, okay, so your Algorand, the lowest has gone is here, so we don't need to think of shorting it. So I'll just show you on the 60-minute chart right here. Okay, so your Algorand, you can see it broke this resistance, right? It broke this, it's going up. So even Algorand is too bullish. That's what I wanted to show you. You see it here, close gradually. See, it broke that resistance. Now more probably it's going to go up. If it right now it broke, it kind of makes a small support and then it's more probably going to go up. Okay, so we need to see that also. Okay, so that's your Algorand. So Algorand also would be a good entry to buying right here. Okay, if Bitcoin breaks that, you know, that resistance at if Bitcoin breaks that resistance at 29,400, okay, then we can sell our algo right here, 0.19 cents. Only once it breaks it, makes support, we'll put a small stop loss also and we'll re-enter. Okay, then we are sure, like once it makes support, we can put our stop loss. So even if it's a fake, we'll be sold with a stop loss, right? Okay, so that's for your algo. But if Bitcoin breaks that support, right, of 28,760, then your algo also will be just dangling here only or here only. It will just be dangling. Okay, because this is the lowest that algo has gone. If you see on a daily, 0.16 cents. Okay, so we don't need to short because the volume also will be very low, right? So now let's talk about the next chart, which is your near chart. Okay, so for a near chart also, it needs to, if Bitcoin breaks that 29,400 resistance, right, your near chart also will break its own resistance right here, and it's more probably going to $2.02. Okay, then we put a sell limit here, and once only it breaks this, makes support, we re-enter because Bitcoin is more probably going to 32. Okay, so we re-enter with a stop loss. Okay, So now let's talk about your bearish side. If Bitcoin breaks the 28,760 support, right, the near chart will also give this. See, it gave 1 year high, it'll give a lower high, and it's more probably going to break this. Then we need to enter short right here only if Bitcoin doesn't break the resistance, and then more probably ride it all the way till here at $1.72. But you don't need to enter short, but that's just a way I'm telling that it's more probably going to be bearish because it's here only is dangling, right? So kind of near to put a short for near because it's kind of like so close to its belows, right? So the lowest that is gone. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your phantom. Okay, so phantom chart, your phantom chart also we don't need to long, we don't need to short. Okay, so we just need to wait for this to break this resistance. As yesterday we sold right here, we just need to break this resistance. If Bitcoin breaks that 29,400 resistance, this too will break this resistance, and then it'll go to all the way to 0.44 cents. Okay, and it'll break that support. Once it only breaks that, we'll re-enter our phantom and we'll put a stop loss. So Bitcoin 2 is going to $32,000. Then we ride it all the way if Bitcoin goes to 32. Okay, but if not, then it touches stop loss and then it all goes down. Okay, so if the right now where Bitcoin is right, if it breaks that 28,760 support, then this too will come here. And if phantom breaks, so this too will come here. But if phantom breaks its 0.49 support, right, and breaks, makes resistance, we enter short and we ride it all the way to 0.33 cents. Okay, so now let's talk about your crypto trends. Let's see the crypto trends. Okay, so right now you can see only 𝗶𝗶, and those days we kept an eye right on STX right here. So STX is on a downward trend. Only you can say if it breaks this and you see volume, right, this resistance, then it will be a good entry to be buying. Okay, your STX. Okay, so let's see WU. Only yesterday's WU, we're checking on WU, right? It bounced, right, made a support, right? So now we'll be just entering here. Well entered, good. We'll be just entering because it's more probably going up, right? So I'll show you on a full chart. Okay, so WU would be a good entry long term. Okay, yeah, it would be a good entry. So we'll just buy it here, put a stop loss below here. Okay, so we buy anywhere here where it goes down and put a stop loss anywhere below this. Okay, below this one. Okay, so WU is in trend. Okay, so now let's talk of your crypto news. Okay, so your first news, let's talk about crypto news. Okay, so Kenya considers tax on crypto, NFT transfers and online influence. Okay, so right now if you see Kenya, okay, so right now Kenya, if you see the overall Kenya of cryptocurrency adoption, Kenya ranks 5th. Okay, so that's a big thing for a small country, right? And it's the 5th of the full country, being the 5th crypto higher in the ranks of crypto adoption. Kenya is being 5th. Okay, so the new tax measures potentially it discourages the new users. If you see that it discourages the new users, and the new users that are entering the market, they see tax and they are not going to enter, right? And the next thing also it does, the existing users they're going to try to find an alternative, right, to avoid this tax that Kenya is giving. But for the Kenya government, it's kind of like 4.25 million Kenya owning this crypto, right? They see that it aims to generate additional revenue for the country, so they're kind of like trying to tax tax it on their digital assets, and so that they can earn some revenue of the Kenya government. Okay, so this is kind of a bearish news for crypto. The new people entering, right, will feel bad, will not kind to enter since they're seeing tax. Okay, so now let's talk about your next news, which is your Stripe. Okay, Stripe unveils fiat to crypto on-ramp for US Web3 companies and users. Okay, so right now Stripe launches fiat to crypto service. Okay, as you all know, it's a gateway, right? Say suppose you want to buy anything, you can either use Stripe to pay like on Amazon, or you can use Amazon Pay, right? So they launched its first fiat to crypto. Okay, so now we we the people can buy with fiat only. This is only for the US companies, okay? So the US Web3 companies can use type to take cryptocurrency in cryptocurrency or fiat, okay? So this simplifying purchasing using crypto, right? It will increase the adoption of cryptocurrency in the US. This feature is only there for the US, okay? So now let's talk about your next news, which is Ethereum fees spikes to 87 gigawatt as meme coin frenzy continues. Okay, so right now the Ethereum has because of the meme coins, right? It has caused the Ethereum gas fees on the Ethereum network to be higher. So people are paying higher gas fees if they are using the Ethereum network just because of the meme coin. Everybody wants to enter the meme coin. As you see, it's now 47% up, and if you see on a monthly, it's kind of better. Okay, so if you see on a weekly, it's like 67% up, right? Because of that, the Ethereum gas fees is going high. Okay, so now let's talk about your next news, which is your 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀𝘀 science bill to eliminate technology tax in El Salvador. As we know that they have created this bill, right? If you'll be watching this, you'll know that President 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀 from El Salvador has done this bill where they eliminate taxes. Okay, so the law eliminate taxes on innovation, and the innovation part includes software creation, coding, and AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, so they eliminate, with that also they eliminate capital gain tax. Okay, so this will attract all the crypto companies to mostly shift to El Salvador because it's kind of a good thing for crypto. No tax, nothing. So everyone's going to just shift to El Salvador. Okay, so here's the bill that's introduced, right? Already signed. It's done. Okay, so now let's talk about your next news. Okay, so we'll talk about the Jack Dorsey's news. Okay, so right now, right here. Okay, so Jack Dorsey, right here. See. Okay, so let's talk. Jack Dorsey donates 10 million to advance Bitcoin as an internet native currency. Okay, so right now Jack Dorsey donates $10 million. Okay, so the thing that Jack Dorsey donated, right? It don it donated $10 million to OpenStats. Okay, OpenStats, what it does, aims to build free and open source, focusing only on Bitcoin. As we know now, that kind of narrative of building on Bitcoin, right, is coming to trend, right? If you see the stacks, if you see the, yeah, I'll just show you the stacks. Stacks also is one project that's kind of building on Bitcoin, right? So those projects are more likely going to come in, you can say, in 2024 because people also started to invest, right? But Jack Dorsey, as he invested in open stats, right? So kind of this narrative is more likely going to come. That's what I've seen when I read this news. And with the pump of, as you see here, with the pump of STX, right? See, with the pump of STX, the big pump of STX. So it's more probably like we need to see on the stacks token, right? Because of everyone's investing in trying to build on Bitcoin, right? So now let's talk about your next news, which is Alchemy launches Starknet, sets a revolutionary blockchain scaling. Okay, so Alchemy, right, the Web3 company, they launched Starknet. Okay, they launched Starknet, and here it is. They launched the, as you know, Starknet, ZK rollups, right? ZK rollups is a layer 2 of Ethereum. Okay, so they launched this Starknet. Okay, so Alchemy, a Web3 developers platform. Okay, so now let's talk about your next news. Let's see what is here. I just missed one now. Okay, no, I didn't miss. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, so the next news is decentralized exchange Sushi rolls out B3 liquidity pool. Okay, so right now Sushi launches a new liquidity pool. Okay, across 13 chains. Okay, chains including like Ethereum, Arbitrum, Matic, Binance chains, and avax chain. Okay, so these chains, they introduced a new one where 13 chains, including, you know, Arbitrum, BNB, they've all released. Okay, so right now if you see the Sushi price, kind of like you see on a daily, it's kind of on a bearish trend. Sorry, it's on a, see on a daily, right? On a trend. It didn't give that much pump. Okay, so the Sushi thing. Okay, so now let's talk about your next news. Okay, so NFT showdown, Solana Foundation pitch contest for emerging creators. Okay, so right now Solana hosted a new NFT showdown. Okay, so here it is. If you see on your, here's the NFT showdown. Welcome to the Solana NFT showdown. Okay, so what this thing tries to, what this will benefit, right? They're trying to, what this NFT showdown of Solana tries to aim, right? They aim to encourage artists to create business plan that generates collections with real world utility. Okay, so they're kind of making that, they want that NFTs to be with the real world utility and to generate. Okay, so they want that, they want the collectibles to be even a real world utility. So that's their plan. They want to this. Okay, to NFTs. Okay, so now let's talk about your next one. Avalanche partners with Alibaba Cloud to build a metaverse. Okay, to build a metaverse launchpad. Okay, so if you see, if you hear the news that Alibaba partnered with avax, right, you'll be like, wow, it partnered with Avalanche, right? But what they partnered to do is they partnered to create Cloudverse. Okay, so Alibaba wants to create Cloudverse, where it will be a metaverse, allowing companies to launch their own metaverse. Okay, so where they can customize and maintain it for the people, for the users, right? That's kind of a bullish news for metaverse. Okay, so we see Bing. Okay, so now let's talk about your next news, which is Microsoft. Okay, so Microsoft Access Bing waits list, giving users free access to GPT-4. Okay, so as you know, Microsoft they make user, they want to use this AI thing, right? So they kind of did their Bing chatbots where they'll have free access to Chat GPT-4. Okay, so that's kind of a big thing for Microsoft. They're using the AI technology to kind of build their user base of Bing, right? Of their. Okay, so now let's talk about your next news, which is Arbitrum Crons reaches 217 million TVL with staking, becomes 8th largest DEX. Okay, so as you know, this Crons with the headlines only, this Crons, right? They released their DEX, right, on Arbitrum. Yeah, right now it's 214, right? Over there it's 2, on the news it's 217, right? So right now if you see it's 245. Okay, and it's the largest DEX. It's become the 6th largest DEX overall in crypto market, as the news say. And if you see, here's the, this is the Arbitrum, right? So I went on Arbitrum. Here's the Arbitrum. You can see here it's right now here. Okay, so Uniswap is here. Okay, so Uniswap is around 300, the V3 what we're seeing, right? So here right now Crons is 245 million. Okay, so this, when this token also releases, we need to check on this token, right? Or it already released. Okay, so and this TVL, right, of the Crons TVL, within 7 days only when it listed, the TVL skyrocketed, okay, to 245 million. Okay, so now it's the, now it's on the TVL ranking. Arbitrum is the 4th. Okay, the third one being the third one is the Uniswap DEX. So the DEX is the second, right, Cron. Okay, so that's it for your crypto news. If you like content like this, just hit the like button, give it a subscribe, ping the notification bell on so you don't miss content like this and you're early to watch. Okay, so peace out, crypto fam.